Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice podcast. Right here on BettingPros.com, YouTube for the video, and wherever you get your audio podcasts. And welcome to a happy version of the Daily Juice podcast. Now, when I get on here and I whine and I cry and I'm angry about losing a bet on a bad break, you have now been given the opportunity or the right to remind me of what just happened at the end of the LSU and K-State game. All right, man alive. I was on the floor. I thought that we had lost that under bet. I thought it was dead. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. The longest pass play of the year for LSU is a wide receiver throwing a bomb, and K-State just fell asleep. They score a touchdown. They get to 20 points. I'm on the ground, and I did not realize that they didn't kick the extra point. The next thing I know, the head coach is getting interviewed on ESPN, and I'm like, wait, what? The game's over? 42-20 is the final score. Unbelievable. Now, for a variety of reasons, okay? So if you were on the Discord channel, and I hope that you were on the Discord channel, this is where being with us, there are unicorn games. That was a unicorn game. So I had bet -7. I bet -17.5 at halftime. I bet -21, and I bet -35.5, all in game. We got three of the four side bets right, and we got the total, or the team total for LSU right. 4 out of 5 for me for half unit bets on that game. I cleared basically 2 units on that game. I wasn't the only one. I was telling you guys, look, just ladder this. LSU is not scoring. This game is an absolute blowout. This is a perfect opportunity to go ahead and bet in-game consistently, because we knew in the second half, they scored 7 points in the first half. LSU did. They weren't scoring many points. I mean, maybe 2 touchdowns. They got a prayer lucky play at the end of the game to get to 3. And somehow they didn't kick the extra point. Somehow. But man alive, I handicapped that game pretty well, though. I told you I did not want to bet the under in the game because I was pretty confident K-State was going to score. Now, 42 points, I didn't think they'd score 42, but I thought they'd score. So officially, it's a 2-0 day. So we are now 4-0 over the last 2 days. We are 32-15-1 over the last 2 weeks. All right, so we have been on a very good heater here. It's been a very nice run. I want to continue it here into a Wednesday. I have got 2 half-unit college football bets to give you, and I have our first NFL play to give you for Sunday. And really, it's the biggest game of the weekend. Great game to use the BetMGM account, the $10 of BetMGM offer, the $10 offer to win $150 on any event with the promo code JUICE150 when you get a new account at BetMGM. JUICE150 for new accounts only. Promo code JUICE150 when you sign up. $10 bet gets you $150 from BetMGM and free wagers. Okay, let's start with the NFL, and then we'll get to a college basketball game that you guys probably know what I'm betting tonight if you know the schedule as to what's going on for college basketball tonight. All right, in the NFL, here in Vegas, the Las Vegas Raiders will take on the LA Chargers. Okay, I gave you this in the Discord channel before the number moved, okay? It has now moved. I don't know how low this number is going to go, but by all indications, the Raiders and the Chargers game will go off with most likely a -1 number for the Chargers, maybe as low as a pick. Okay? Yes, it's going to be a great game to be involved with a teaser, and of course, I will be teasing it in some form or fashion. But for 1 unit, Darren Waller is coming back. The team that Darren Waller destroys, LA Chargers. His best numbers, 5 catches, 60 yards per game for Darren Waller, averages, I think it's 0.5 touchdowns per game against them. Waller back is a huge weapon for this team. They're running the football extremely well with Jacobs. They've got a passing attack with Derek Carr that's really impressive, and Rich Bisaccia has this team playing extremely well. Look, I'm not trusting the Chargers to go on the road here at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, where there's going to be a legitimate home field advantage in prime time, and not have them throw up all over themselves. It's crazy, because normally it's the Raiders who do this, but for the first bet, and I very well will be on money line, maybe even officially on money line for the Raiders, depending on how things shake out. This Raider defense proved something to me by going on the road and stopping Jonathan Taylor in that defense. I know Carson Wentz stinks. I get that, but they played very well. And frankly, this Raider team can stop and play well enough to stop what the Chargers do. Now, the Raiders have been very good defensively. They've been an under machine. I may also be on the under in this game, but I just think the Raiders run the ball. I think their defense plays well enough. I think it's a field goal game one way or the other. Official play, we gave it out on the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. If you're not in there, I'm telling you, it's a great place to be, not just for my plays, but for other people's plays as well. But Raiders +3, 1 unit, first play for week 18. It might be the only side I bet, although I'll probably bet a couple other ones. But week 18 coming up, Raiders +3 for 1 unit at home against the Chargers for basically a playoff game here in the desert in Vegas, which is going to be so much fun to watch and see how this team reacts. It's a Cinderella run, 3 wins in a row. Gus Bradley's defense is playing so incredibly well. The offense is moving the football, and I think Jacobs runs all over that Chargers defense. Chargers can't stop the run. Jacobs. Big game for him coming up, hopefully, against the Chargers. First bet of the game, Raiders +3 for 1 unit at -110. Okay, that's for Sunday. For tonight, the Creighton Blue Jays are taking on the Villanova Wildcats in Nova. Okay, let's talk about this game. These two teams just recently played. A blowout win for the Blue Jays. They won by 20. Jays were catching 7.5 points at home against Villanova, and they won by 20. They covered the line by 27.5 points. The Jays this year are 6-7 against the spread. Nova is 7-6. Villanova at home is 3-1 against the spread. The Creighton Blue Jays are 4-2 against the spread on the road. What's very interesting about this Blue Jay team, they've covered 3 of the last 4 games, and as a dog, they have won 3 of the 4 games outright that they've been catching points. They are catching 11 points here on the road at Villanova. They beat Marquette, catching 1.5. They won by 6. They beat Villanova, +7.5. They won by 20. They beat BYU, catching 5. They won by 12. I'm sorry, they're 4-5. They're 4-1 against 4 out of the 5 games. They're catching 3 against Nebraska, and they won by 8. The only game they've been a dog and they lost by 14 to Colorado State back on a neutral court game in, where was that? It was in a Thanksgiving tournament game. I think it was in the Bahamas. I think it was. They lost by 14 as 3.5-point dogs. Okay. Those are the 5 times the Jays have been catching points this season. They've won the game outright 4 of the 5 times, including against Villanova. 2 weeks ago. Now, COVID cancellations and all sorts of nastiness has come up, so I know I'm betting a college basketball game, and I'm hoping we don't get COVID news, and I'm hoping we don't get a lot of nastiness. But I think this number comes down. I think once the public wakes up, starts looking around, even the pros as well, once we get the COVID clearance. So I'm going to take the 11 now because I want it over 10. It may go up, but I think it actually it's going to go down here. The Jays, as I said, 4-1 against the spread as a dog, 4-1 straight up as a dog this season. Villanova has covered their last 2 games. They beat Seton Hall on the road, laying 1.5. They won by 6. And they beat Xavier at home, laying 5.5. They won by 13 points. So they have come around and played a little bit better of late. This Creighton basketball team is unlike any Greg McDermott team we have seen so far. The Jays are 4-8-1 to the over, 8-4-1 to the under this year. The Jays on the road are 2-3-1. Over their last 10, the overs only hit 3 times. Same thing for Villanova, however. Only 3 of the last 10 games. At home, they're 2-2. 2 of the last 3 for Nova have gone over. The Blue Jay game, the last time these 2 teams played, technically it went over, but not by much, depending on the closing line, what you got. 133.5 was the closing number. It did go over by 4.5. Jays won the game by 20, like I mentioned. And in that game, oh my gosh, Nova. They went 4 for 23 from behind the three-point line. The Blue Jays went 9 of 23. That actually is kind of like a miracle for them to hit 9 3-pointers, 39% shooting for the Jays, 17.4% shooting for Villanova. Just an awful night shooting for them. And they wound up losing by 20, okay? I've seen a lot of people say take the over 132 in this game, but that's not how the Jays are going to win this game. Here's a crazy stat. The Creighton Blue Jays are 0-11 all time, making 8 3-pointers or less against Villanova. 0-11. They hit 9 in the game 2 weeks ago in Omaha. They're 6-4, though, when they make 9 or more 3-pointers. So you might go, all right, well, here's where it gets kind of nuts. Nova has made 9 or more 3-pointers against Creighton in 12 of the 18 meetings since they've joined the Big East together. They normally shoot really, really well. However, this Creighton basketball team is last in the Big East this year, shooting threes. They make, on average, just 6.7 3-pointers per game. Nova's number 1. They average 9.9 3-pointers. The Jays cannot allow 9 3-pointers to go in, okay? If Villanova gets to their average for 3-pointers, they will not win this game, and they could get blown out, okay? So the big key here is we need the Creighton Blue Jays to keep Nova under 9 made threes. You can probably count them during the game. If Nova comes out and they're bombing threes, get out of the bet, okay? Find a way, find a live number you may like, and get out of the wager, okay? Half a unit, I'm taking the Creighton Blue Jays at plus 11 on the road. I don't hate a money line sprinkle, but I doubt that. I don't think they win the game, but plus 11, I'll take the Creighton Blue Jays on the road here against Villanova because I think defensively, the Jays are going to slow the game down tremendously. They're not going to want to run. They're not going to want to go up tempo, okay? They're going to want to play there, which is very unlike at Creighton University, Greg McDermott. But if you know Greg McDermott's history, Greg McDermott played this way at Iowa State. Cyclone fans and Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa fans didn't care. It was highly successful. Iowa State fans, it drove them nuts. Like, they flat out hated it. Everyone was going up-tempo in the Big 12. They were scoring a ton, and he slowed it down. He had a playbook that was that thick, like 4 inches thick. He had 150 plays. Everybody was like, get out of here. We can't stand this. Our guys don't need to run this many plays. It's not a football team, right? So Greg has played this. He has developed an offense with his son when Doug was coming through to go up-tempo and run and shoot threes. This is old school, reverting back to how Greg McDermott used to play. And I think it fits him. It fits his personnel. He has a lot of young players on this team. I think this young Creighton team is coming into their own, and they may be dangerous. Ryan Hawkins is a dude that won 3 national championships on a D2 program at Northwest Missouri State. He stepped up, and he's been playing really well with a lot of veteran leadership. Alex O'Connell hit the 3 to send the game to double overtime against Marquette. They blew a 17-point lead on the road last game out against Marquette. Hit that 3, goes to double overtime. Jays win it in overtime. And then they've got a young freshman class that, Ryan Nebhard is just fun. The kid's just fun. He's just a fun kid to watch. Leader, old school Creighton basketball point guard. He fits perfectly into the lineage of Jays, of point guards who have been very talented, who have stayed 2-3 years and have gone on to do cool things in their lives. Not really professional basketball, but in college basketball, there's a long lineage of Creighton basketball point guards who have been very successful. And Ryan's probably going to be a pro in the NBA, but he'll be right in line with what the Jays have done historically. Creighton plus 11 for a half a unit. And the other half a unit, I'm going under 132. All right. I know I've seen people who are taking 132, taking over 132 because Nova's going to bomb threes. I'm going under. I think if the Jays are going to be in this game, I think we're taking the dog. We're taking the under. Take the air out of the ball. Don't let Nova run. Don't let Nova shoot threes. Play defense, rebound, grind it. And I think the Jays can be in the game. Under 132 for a half a unit. Creighton Blue Jays plus 11 on the road at Villanova. But that 3-point number, watch the threes. Nova comes out, they go 4 for 4 from behind the arc. It's time for everything, okay? It's for the over. It's up for Nova to cover. It's just, you may need to live bet and get out of it if Nova comes out really fast and starts bombing it. We want to see Nova miss their first 2 or 3 threes. That's what we want to see. And then we want to see the Jays make a couple as well, keeping Nova honest, keep the game close. As I said, Jays have won 4 or 5 when they've been dogs this season straight up, and they are an 11-point dog on the road at Villanova. Jay Wright, Greg McDermott, Fox Sports 1. Should be a lot of fun to watch this game. Okay, Raiders +3, 1 unit on Sunday. Creighton +11. Villanova and Creighton under 132. Both those plays for a half a unit. Football play for 1 unit. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter @SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.